Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Angels Speak. I'm Teri Angel, and thank you for being here on my channel, wherever you may be. I am all over the place. We are on Facebook, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter, and we are on TikTok. So welcome, welcome. Thank you, everyone, for finding this. If you're coming in, you're finding it, please share and like and subscribe to my channel. And I come in every day at this time. So you can, if you like the channel and you follow me, then you'll get notified when I'm live. Hello, Annie7. And all of you coming in on TikTok, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so every day I come in and I read a message from the angels. I read whatever it was that they channeled, that they want us to know about, and every day is different. But it's always something to help us make it through this thing called life. And boy, do we ever need that, don't we? Yes, yes. Thank you for following. Thank you for coming in. Lynn Marie, hello to you on Facebook. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So the reading today, the message they gave is called A Healthy Mental Diet. Thank you for the likes. It's not how big the house is, it's how happy the home is. If you haven't been in someone's shoes, don't try to tell them how to tie their own laces. Remember, everything can vanish in the blink of an eye. Those are 3 quotes. Don't know who said them because there's no one attached to it. So it's unknown who the author is of these quotes. But wow. This unknown person is pretty smart, huh? These 3 quotes came to me today. They're not my original sayings. And at first, I thought it was random, unrelated. As I sat with each of them, however, I see that it's all intertwined. You see, it's all about life, y'all. Here's what I got as I sat with this lesson. If I'm not okay where I am, my home, then the question is, why not? And what would it take for me to be happy where I am? It's not about the house. The house is just a cover. The same as my human garment that covers my spirit. If that place I reside in feels like a prison, then like those 4 walls that are closing in on me, then it's time to figure out what's happening on the inside of the house. If my skin is starting to feel too constrictive and I'm not happy when I look in the mirror, the same thing. There are people who are perfectly content with sitting in their houses and throwing rocks at other people's houses because they refuse to look at their own. That person may be going through unimaginable things, struggles that we have no idea that they are dealing with. If we're only looking at the outside of their house, we will never see their soul. Yet we want to judge them unworthy and only accept them if they think like we do. Wanting others to change so we can be, quote, happy is like demanding the sun slow down so we can have more time in the day. We want what we want when we want it. How silly are we to think that those things we think are so important to our happiness will matter at all at the end of the day? The big homes, the fancy cars, the perfect neighbor. What does it matter if we have it all and we are empty inside because we don't know ourselves? Dear angels, my teacher says man can go round and round in the same circle of disappointments and misfortunes not seeing them as caused by his own negative inner talk, but as caused by others. It is much easier to blame anybody other than ourselves for our feelings of unhappiness and emptiness. How can we change our mental diet to consume only that which will be fulfilling and create inner peace and happiness? Dear ones, just as you provide nourishment for your physical body to keep it healthy, it is even more important to fill your mind with the ultimate diet of positivity and creative imaginings. You often find yourself in a state of hunger, and thus you begin to try to satiate yourself with whatever is easy to grab and to consume. This habit spills over into your mental body as well. You may be feeling restless and discontent, even bored, and begin to seek something that will fill that longing. Usually, when you are binging on the physical level, it's because of poor planning. You didn't take time to ensure that you would have something available at the time your body is depleted and in need of nourishment. Dear ones, the mind works the same way. Many of you leave it to happenstance as to what the mind will be fed, and then you find it seeking and possibly encountering things that are not conducive to your inner growth, but are only a distraction from your purpose for being. Drama energy in the mental body is equivalent to candy in the physical body. It is best to pass that aisle and fill your basket with the raw, natural nourishment, which will strengthen you. Prepare ahead of time for the restlessness and know what you will consume. When you feed your mind positive thoughts and remind yourself in your inner conversations about your unlimited potential, then you are creating an environment conducive to transformation. This, dear ones, is what will last inside of your spirit. Dear angels, thank you. I love you. Today, I promise to feed my mind the sweet fruits of acceptance, the bread of non-judgment, the nectar of hope, and the blended medley of peace and love. Oh, wow. These angels never cease to amaze me. Thank you all for all the likes. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here today on wherever you are, whatever social media. The angels just want this to get out, whatever that looks like, whichever social media it is, stepping out of my comfort zone on some of these places because I haven't been on TikTok very long and I haven't been going live very much, but I appreciate the ones that are following. And Erica, thank you for being there on Facebook. Auntie Jean L'Oreal, thank you for being on Facebook and so much love to you. So what do you think? What do you think of this message? Feeding our mind is just as important as feeding the human body, physical body. What do you think about that? Any ideas, any input to what the angels are saying that this is important? This is something for us to pay attention to, that just like we can't live on a steady diet of candy in the physical body, our human brain and our mind needs positivity. We need more than just to sit and watch mainstream media or whatever we are watching on TV. I don't watch TV, so it's easy for me to shut all of that out. But there are other things that can get ourselves distracted and can pull us away, right? So Jean says, we are more than a physical body. We have a spiritual body also, and that body needs food and substance. The divine provides us with this in many ways. He gives us mentors and teachers who write books and give us lessons. There is our own meditation and prayers, listening to the angels' voices in our hearts. There are banquets of knowledge, hope, and love. We are all invited, but we must come to the table to nourish our souls. If we are starving, let us reevaluate our priorities. Pay attention to what we are putting in our hearts. The Bible says wherever our treasures are, our hearts are also there. What are you putting into your body mentally and spiritually? Are you a temple? Good question, Aunt Jean. Thank you. Thank you for that beautiful analogy. And yes, we are a temple. We definitely are. And it's something to respect. And that, I think, is where we're falling short, isn't it? Many times we don't respect any of the bodies, especially the physical body. If we get hungry, we wait until that last minute. And then it's like, okay, let me grab some chips. Let me go through that drive-through and grab some French fries, something to stuff in my mouth so that I'm not feeling the hunger. But our brain, our mind is the same way. It's seeking always. We cannot shut off our thoughts. We're going to have thoughts every second. There's a thought. So how are we helping our brain? How are we helping our spiritual body also? What are we doing? What are we feeding it? What is the important ingredient that we're putting in? And the angels say that's positivity. Annie 7, hi darling, thank you for coming on Facebook. So if we're feeding ourselves positive input, then that is going to help us with our growth, because then we're able to open up to possibility. If we're always feeding it the negative, if we look at the world as a prison and we say, oh, I can't do that, there's a limit here, I can't do this. And yes, we have to have boundaries. I'm not saying that. There's always going to be boundaries because of all the laws of the universe. And I'm not talking about the laws of the land. That's a whole other story. But there are laws of the universe. And like there's gravity. So if we decide to jump off of a building, then there's going to be consequences to that. So there's different laws we have to pay attention to, that we are going to have some limits on us. We're not going to live totally without some boundaries. But the important thing is, if we're putting in positive energy and telling ourselves, you can do this, whatever that goal is that we have out there, we can either look at it as out there somewhere unreachable, unattainable, or we can look at it as, oh, I can do that. And when we have support, we have love, we have encouragement, we're more than likely, we're going to meet that goal, right? We're going to find that thing we're looking for to bring us happiness inside. And that happiness is an inside job. So I just dearly love this message from the angels. And I have a website, that's angelspeakers.com. And the blogs are all there. From the very beginning of this year, they told me to sit with them at night and jot down whatever question comes to mind, and then channel in the message that they want us to know, the answers. The answers are always there. We have every answer inside of us that we ever need. It's not this big mystery. It's just for us to open up to what we already know, what's in our DNA, what's in our lifetimes that we have lived and that we keep on living, what's coming forth for us now in this lifetime. Then opening up to what we already know inside of us. That's so important, to be open and to not think that we're here doing this all on our own. How could we possibly think that? that we came here on to this earth plane. We incarnated into a body, a human body, and then we're just left to our own devices. No, we have all the help we need, and we just have to reach out for it. All right, so Zilly, hi. So thank you all. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to leave because I keep this one really short when I do come on to read the blog every day. I just come in and share it with you, reminding you where it's at so you can go and sit with it. When you read through it, sometimes it sinks in a little more, and you can keep reading it over and over until it does make sense if it's not making sense in the first place. So thank you to all that came in. I love you so much. Stay in your heart and stay blessed. And I will see you again tomorrow at the same time in the same place. Namaste, y'all.